They taking me back. They taking me back to 2013. What was that? 2013. So let me holler at you. You so hot, 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 hot. How you doing? You think I'll be hollering if you not? Take a look around, Teddy. Pin their ass down as in the spot. Yeah. And you know what? It actually came in the perfect time for Chiron and Aquarius to my 2005 generation babies, because T-Pain just recently came out, okay? And he was going in on all of y'all that think that T-Pain has just come out of nowhere. And who is this man T-Pain yelling about all these rappers that sound alike? Oh my God, what happened? Well, T-Pain's been around for a very long time, my friends, okay? And for those of y'all that know real music, you know T-Pain, regardless if that motherfucker came up with auto-tune or not. You know T-Pain, all right? He might not be on all your songs, but he's produced half them songs, half them gems that you probably heard of on the main stage, okay? So to my Chiron and Aquarius babies, dare to be different. What up, y'all? It's a rainy storm, also known. It's Crew, also known as a rainy storm. Your Cosmic Rootwork astrologer checking in. What's my whole spiel? Just forgot it all. Checking in. I am your Cosmic Rootwork astrologer specializing in Mars activations as well as North Node and South Node consultations. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can hit me up at araneastorm.wix.com/info. And you can hit me up on all social media at araneastorm. Woo! I forgot to finish I didn't forget to finish, but I was kind of slacking on the Chiron through Capricorn through Pisces, but we're going to go ahead and finish them up. I'm going to take this week off. And then we're going to come back next week with the next series and moving along. So, first and foremost, what is Chiron? Chiron is what we talk about, or what you hear maybe in the community as the wounded healer. It's definitely generational. But this is where you have a wound. So you definitely want to check to look into see where it is in your chart. And if there's anything aspect in this particular house as well. Or this particular, wherever it's placed within your chart as well. Chiron basically, honestly, I look at Chiron as I don't want to call it the full lower vibrational energy. And I know I told y'all the wounded, the Kundalini energy is something that I thought of when I was looking into Chiron, of that energy of basically the ability to heal oneself. And just know, y'all, that healing is a forever journey. You never come to a place where you completely 100% of yourself. It's always a process that you're going through, stages of healing. But it doesn't necessarily mean that at one possible day that you'll completely, everything in you will be healed. Because, life and experiences, things, So, this is the ability to be able to heal others, and then also learning how to heal thyself as well in that process. Not only in the process of healing others, but just learning, essentially the keys and the tools to heal yourself. So when we talk about this energy in Aquarius, which, like I said, this is the last time we seen this was for the 2005 babies, February 21st and on. This definitely is the outsider energy, right? There's this individualistic nature about Aquarius, but oftentimes it feels like it's on the outside. So even though it's a part of the group, sometimes it never really feels connected to the group per se. So sometimes here you can get a little, things can feel a little off balance, or like I said, you never really feel like you fit in. I would definitely recommend for this Chiron in particular to be a part of something that truly interests you. Be a part of something that is, when I say bigger than yourself, I definitely mean bigger than yourself. But also, like I said, something that really talks and speaks to your soul. You know what I mean? Not just something that you do necessarily for instant gratification, but something that truly, honestly speaks to your entire being and your entire soul. This is also that rebel with no cause. Just being rebellious for the sake of being rebellious. There's nothing wrong with being a rebel. I definitely encourage it highly. You feel me? But if it has no cause, what is it really for? So oftentimes Chiron and Aquarius can get into arguments with people, but not actually have an initial outcome. There's nothing that there's no real goal. It's just for the sake of rebelling against something. You know, we definitely see it on social media. You know, I don't want to just put this to the particular group. I honestly feel like the Chiron and Aquarius energy is very connected to this idea of, and maybe even because we have the South Node in Sagittarius and Chiron, maybe I'm just being biased. I would say cancel culture, or the idea of cancel culture is honestly the Aquarian energy of groupthink. If everybody doesn't necessarily believe in the way the oneness of the group thinks, oftentimes it could be canceled. I'm not saying that this is just y'all on Chiron and Aquarius, but I think to elevate this energy, I think it's really standing firm on what you believe in personally and not allowing the group, not allowing people to sway you into believing something that you don't really even believe. You just go with it because it sounds good. That's the Chiron frequency of Aquarius, because the other, you know, the higher frequency vibrational energy of Aquarius really doesn't give a fuck. Honestly, truly doesn't give a fuck. It's kind of like, yo, I believe how I believe what I believe because I believe in what I know. You know what I mean? It's not really worried about if others are coming with them or not. They just do, and everybody else usually ends up following because, you know, if they go with the tribe, if they believe in what, you know, believe in the mission of whatever the fuck is going on, they gonna roll with it, period. Friendly but distant, right? So it can be really hard for the Chiron and Aquarius generation to let people in. Granted, I can understand why, but at the same time, especially what y'all got to go through, bless. Oh my God, well, we all have to go through, but you know, things is a little different with the, you know, 2005. You know what I mean? Like, 2000s, you feel me? 90 babies, a little different. 2000 babies, you know, it's a lot. It could definitely be a lot. But yeah, just basically not necessarily open to letting people in. Personal relationships, usually, sometimes or most of the time, you see Aquarius, Chiron and Aquarius with that one friend. You know, and there's nothing wrong with just having like that connection. Let me just tie this up so I can stop playing with it. Let's just do that so we can stop playing with it. Because I'll be in my hair forever, all day. Basically coming out of the energy of, you know, just collective. You know, being with the collective, being open to other people's ideas and nature and you know what I'm saying? Like that's the higher vibrational frequency of Chiron and Aquarius. And I think you have a lot to learn and a lot to gain from being with people who don't necessarily always agree with you, and honoring other people's differences and, you know, respecting those differences even if you don't agree, for sure. Not trusting your genius. Oh my gosh, yeah. Chiron and Aquarius, and just Aquarius energy in general, is highly intelligent. But I think oftentimes what happens is Chiron and Aquarius will rely on other people's knowledge, other people's expertise, because the lack of confidence in their own. And I just think that's something that can definitely be something that can often do more harm than good, because when you follow in that way, it can be easy to be manipulated. You know, people will tell you anything and you'll just, you know, sometimes just vaguely believe it instead of, like I said, kind of leaning on your own understanding and kind of following through with that. So respect your own genius. You know, Aquarius energy, we talk about downloads and having prophetic dreams as well, because I do believe that Aquarius and Pisces are heavily connected since they sit beside each other. So being able to really rely on that intrinsic and keen knowledge that you already have as an Aquarius, or just having that Aquarian energy already nestled in your chart and rolling with that. You know what I mean? You don't have to have all the answers, but you can definitely trust in what you know and speak on those things. And like I said, you will find people who connect with you in that right. So if it was one thing that I say with that, just don't hold yourself or don't hold your voice, and stay silent in situations where you need to actually speak up. The need to embrace what I put. what makes you different, right? Embracing what makes you, embrace what makes you different. Embrace what makes you, what does it say? Deeper connection, for developing a deeper connection to your spiritual team. Okay, yeah. So embracing what makes you different. Embracing what makes you, right? Embracing all those nuances about yourself, you know, and honoring that part of yourself and showing that part of yourself to the world. You know what I mean? So you don't feel like an outsider, or so you don't feel like a rebel with no cause and things like that. Like, embrace all those, you know, little things that make you, and make them up, because they wouldn't be there for no reason, you know. So being in that authentic sense of self is what's really going to carry you through. Also, like I said, developing those spiritual gifts. Oh my gosh, Aquarius, you have so many, as we all. But like I said, the Aquarius energy, like I said before in all my other videos with Aquarius energy, it is the upper echelon. So you already have that guidance, you know, nestled not only in your birth chart, but just with you. So you can call on source. You know, you can connect back to yourself and connect back to source in order to pull that information, you know, through. Really taking that time to develop those spiritual gifts, that clear gifts that you already have. You know what I'm saying? That knowledge, like I said, once again, is something that you would definitely benefit more than most from, for sure. What did I say? Getting involved in organizations or organizing things that mean something to you and your soul tribe, and finding your soul tribe within those things. Yeah, if you have a cause, take all that rebel energy and put it in something that you actually truly believe in. Like I said, it's not gonna benefit you or anybody else, Aquarius, if you're just going in and going on and on and on about stuff that honestly really truly don't matter. And energy that you can be putting into, you know, really, like I said, those groups or causes that really mean something to you, that honestly truly mean something to you. And finding people and connecting with people who also believe in those things too, and building something off of that. Like, one thing I could say about Aquarius energy is, you know, Aquarius is really good. I call Aquarius the conductor, because Aquarius is really good at seeing other people and their gifts. And, you know, Aquarius kind of knows how to put people in the position, or put people in positions where they can really own their craft and really own their skills. So allow people to do that. Also, while you being the natural leader, because you sit on side of, you know, Leo, being the natural leader that you are, you know, and stepping into that in the best way that you possibly can, and not allowing anybody to deter you from that. So that is my Chiron in Aquarius. We are going to finish up with Chiron in Pisces, and I'll see y'all on the other side. Deuces.